You're killing me, Smalls.
We making movies, no accident. I'm fucking Instagram action shit. UPS shipping and packaging. I'm smoking weed out them packages. If I ain't got a gun, I'm stabbing it. I got some leftover lean in the cabinet. I can hit your little hoe when she average. Poke on that pussy just like it's a top of it. We making movies, no accident. I'm fucking Instagram action shit. UPS doing the packaging. I'm smoking good ass weed out them packages. I can't lie, 'cause I ain't capping it.
Welcome back to the DNA Podcast. It's your boy D.
It's your boy Antonio. Let's get to it.
This week we're going to talk about a hot button topic that actually affects both of us. We're going to talk about the government. What the fuck is the word?
Forgiving
That's what it is. Student loans.
part of student loans. Not it's not a full forgiveness. All your loans are gone. I don't think it's ever. Now that they did, whenever the government does like a half measure like this, they never go the full way.
That is true.
Like only way that's gonna happen is if like a Bernie Sanders or somebody gets into office who's like willing to fucking just do what he wants to do.
I'm trying to get Bernard Sanders to suck it up in there, baby.
Yeah, but I guess we can start on the fact that it's like a half measure. By no means is this like a bad thing. Like it's good for the economy. It's good for people. It's good for the middle class. I saw a stat where it was like 90% of the money was targeted towards middle class people who make less than $100,000 or something like that. I can't remember what the exact number is, but
I'm going to be frank with you. I am surprised that it's only 90%, but that is middle class. The other 10% has got to be the poor. Like that's
like middle class and below. That's how it's like 10% went to people who make a lot of money.
And that's the crazy part.
But they got a lot less. Say like the regular person got 10,000, right?
Yeah.
Up to 20. People who got who make $100,000 and more got like 5. So 5 spread out over, however many people make that much money. And these programs are good when they affect everybody, just because when everybody gets a little skin in the game, it makes you feel a little bit better about whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it doesn't hurt that the rich people got something. I don't think it's, super duper fair. But at the same time, maybe you can get them to shut the fuck up. It's like when you give the kid the lollipop and the other kid gets a cake. It's one of those things.
I agree with your statement. I agree with it as in I'm not going to refute it. I don't give a fuck. I got mine, so we off to the races, boy. Boy, Bernie, hey, go ahead and cancel the rest of it. Now, in my defense, there is no forgiving. Because how you going to forgive something that I never was going to pay back anyway? So to me, they forgiving themselves.
Oh, that's such a bad thing.
So I was going to take that to the people say you can't take money with you when you gone. Shit, I was going to take it with me after I'm gone.
Student loans is one of the few things that like they come after your peoples for.
Hey, my children's going to take it with them when they gone too. They better get that from Deidre the fourth.
I'm just saying, when you die, you leave whatever you leave in the will. If there was a house, to take it part of the house or the whole house. If it was you had money in the account, they taking that motherfucker. They coming for you.
I'm a Christian man. I believe Jesus coming back after I die anyway. What do I care about? What do I care about any of that stuff? All those are hollow threats to me.
You're a fucking villain. Anyway.
But I don't know. It's one of those weird things of I feel like y'all are lucky to be my age because I told y'all how I think I'm a golden child. I knew them just was going to get paid off. When I went to college, this is kind of anecdotish, but like I had this feeling that I was never going to pay that full thing off anyway. I don't know why. I don't have this grandiose scheme of watching the news, knowing everything about politics. I just knew I wasn't going to pay that shit all the way back. I knew I was going to pay a little bit of something, to make them happy, just to be like, I paid some. But when you split a bill and they say like that bitch is like 5 bands. but you only put $200 towards. Hey, I put in for that. didn't make a dent worth of fuck, but I put in a little bit.
You the niggas that got 5 on it. Like,
But I got $5 on gas. Gas is $60.
hey, that gets on the street.
But like,
It's like 1 gallon of gas.
it's not. I think people are coming to grips with it slowly at a time because I haven't really come to grips with it. I haven't even called the motherfuckers at FAFSA to you know, just to
Make sure it's
yeah. Because like I read it in an article from a reputable site, but it's just like, no, y'all bullshitting with me. This ain't real. Like,
It's real. It's real.
and I feel like there's not a huge. I thought it was gonna be like a huge outrage. Well, I mean, there still is outrage, but I thought it was gonna be like when Barack Obama made gay marriage legal type outrage. They were pissed back then.
And Barack Obama didn't do that. It's not what he did. The gay marriage is not a law. You know that, right? Like all that happened was that Supreme Court said, "Hey, the government can't say this isn't allowed." That's it. But there's no law in the books that says gay marriage is allowed. It's just the Supreme Court, just like Supreme Court reversed Roe v. Wade. They can always reverse. I can't remember what the name of that trial was, but the gay marriage one. Just so they can always reverse interracial marriage. They can always reverse. Like, these aren't laws that are on the books.
Hey,
These are just rulings that they pass down.
hey,
Two different things.
we live in day by day, and day by day, day by day, these loans is good, and gay people can marry. I can't promise you what tomorrow is, but I get what you're saying. But for me, by saying that you can't, let me put the words, by saying that you're allowed to, or we can't punish you, that's pretty much still the same of making it legal. I get what you're saying, that
So,
there's not a definite law.
Like, okay, so like the 13th Amendment made slavery illegal unless you're a prisoner. Like, that's a law that's an amendment in the Constitution.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? There's a very lengthy, long process to changing the amendments, right?
Yeah.
The Supreme Court today could go walk into their chambers and be like, "Hey, fuck that gay shit," and change that.
So it's a soft.
It's a soft law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Like,
Yeah, so Obama did not do any of that, really.
I don't care who did it. I was just making a point, goddammit.
I mean, he was in office, so he had blame for it. That's how this works. Whoever's in office gets blamed for whatever.
But man, them people was mad then. We was like in middle school when that happened. Man, they were pissed.
I think we were freshmen in high school.
I think we was in 8th grade.
Maybe.
I
I mean, that is the same year. Like, that's not like the same.
I know when I logged onto social media, they were pissed. Man, I thought a whole damn gay war was going to break out.
But, you know, I think why there's not this outrage, because whenever you pass a law that benefits a minority, right, there's always a pushback from the majority. I know we're seeing a lot more gay people in the medias and stuff now, but the fact is that they're still the minority. So when you're the majority, you feel like any
action against you is yeah.
But it's not even an action against you; it's just not an action in your favor. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Because it doesn't affect you. Like, who this guy fucking does not affect me.
Yeah.
But
I like to call that white people rules. Whenever it's not in white people's favor, they are pissed. And that's how I call it. Oh, black people get stuff for being black. We not black? Yeah, no shit. No shit. But I'm going to be honest with you. Playing devil's advocate, which I can see it from some people's point of view, it is kind of fucked up. It's kind of fucked up that it's like a boom. Hey, I didn't go to college because of loans. If I would have known that some would have been paid off, I would have went.
apparently this is going to be somewhat retroactive. So like, even if you go to college now, you're basically gonna get that 10,000.
Oh shit!
So like, you're kind of good. Like, there's no downside to this at all.
So with it being retroactive, is it like forever ever, or is there like a time period you could go back and?
I don't know the details about that, but I do know like apparently that's the word on the street because it's not. This hasn't gone into effect quite yet, so we don't know. I don't think we know exactly how it's going to roll out, but the word on the street is that it's going to be basically $10,000 of your education is going to be good for the future too.
Hey, and if you play your cards right, shoot, that $10,000
can get you straight to college. You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say, it's just like if you play your cards right, if you actually get other scholarships, depending on where you go to, you could be in the money. So that covers all the bases. That was the only thing. I mean, once again, I still didn't give a fuck all the way, but I could see it from people in my age group that, bro, so you went to college expecting to be in debt and I didn't, and you're getting out. Sometimes it's just luck.
But you also got to think the system the education system in America is set up that you have to go to college to get a good paying job, right? So you have to take on this debt. And have to is a loose word, but realistically, you have to. Like, and most Americans, are gonna have to go into debt to go to school. School's fucking expensive. Like,
I got a favorite catchphrase I tell people all the time. If you have a skill if you have a skill that's profitable or you're already rich, there ain't no need for you to go to college. And I tell somebody that straight. If you're making money or have the money, what the hell are you spending money to go for?
Yeah.
So
now I can see if you want to go for the experience. Because we advocate for people to go to college to experience life away from your parents and away from,
I advocate it because most niggas can't get away before. If niggas already got the money, they ain't no niggas of mine. So I'm not speaking to them in any regards.
Like I said.
And two, if there's
it's not a bad thing to go off of college. Even if you just, you go get a sociology degree or some shit like that, or a women's studies degree or whatever. I don't give a fuck. It's good. It's good to go off to college and learn some different shit, see some shit from a different perspective, meet new people, meet people from other parts of the country, and realize I'm never going to go to fucking Iowa. And I think it's good. College is good.
Just getting away is good. And most niggas, the only way to get away is college. Unless you got a desirable skill that'll get you away.
But how often do people have a desirable skill to not have to go to college?
Yep.
Exactly.
Most of these niggas ain't worth damn. So
no, I think that's something that's not taught in our school system. You're not taught to be a fucking plumber in high school. You're taught to do fucking calculus. Some shit you're never going to use in your real life. How long have we been out of college? I'm at high school now. 7 years? 8 years?
Bro, I've blacked out high school. To me, it's been a decade.
Well, it's coming up on a decade. We've always been out of school for 10 years now.
Yeah, I was about to say.
2025 would be 10 years.
I went from middle school to college. I am a... can't think of the word. I'm a prodigy. That's the word.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, so... you know what I'm saying? We've been out of school for almost 10 years now. How many times have you used trigonometry?
So you can believe this or not, I use high-level math almost every single day. I can find it. I'm a robot. I can find it.
High-level math or just algebra? Because I use algebra all the time. That's something that you should learn. Multi-step math should be a thing.
Bare level trigonometry. I tend to use X because I'm able to. It's weird, but I'm always put in situations where I always got to find what the fuck was this. Some people will go look through records and this. What is you can do that. I'm not knocking looking through records. I just know how to do math and reverse and boom, boom.
That's algebra. That's not calculus or trigonometry.
Algebra was with letters. I thought algebra.
Yeah, no, algebra is letters.
I gotta go back through the courses.
Algebra.
I gotta go back through the courses. I was a whiz in trigonometry, but I still use that shit. Niggas used to be like, "What am I gonna use algebra for?" Shit, I use that.
No, that's something that you need to be able to do complicated math. You don't need trigonometry. The average human being does not need trigonometry or calculus or I can't. Is there another math outside that? I know there's Calc 2, but no one took that shit.
Bro, and Calc 2, niggas, they made you go to pre-calculus. I thought that was Calc 1.
No, I remember we had pre-cal. That's what I took. I got into the calculus class, but I just didn't want to fucking deal with it. And then, so it was pre-cal, calculus, and then Calc 2. And there was like 5 people in that class. I remember, because one of them was my nigga Jammin. Shout out Jammin. If you ever see my podcast, you were one of the realest niggas ever.
Did you take this in high school?
Yeah, high school.
Just making sure. I don't know no nigga named Jammin. But oh no, I need to go back and see. So algebra, yeah, for facts, you use every day. I don't remember trigonometry. I know I loved it, but don't remember that shit.
It is all just calculator work. It's the stand.
Oh yeah, you don't use that.
Yeah,
shit.
you don't use that shit in real life.
I thought that was algebra. Not gonna hold you.
Nah.
So yeah, you're right. Don't use that shit. But I don't know. Desirable skill. Anything is a desirable skill nowadays. Like playing games is a desirable skill. Boy, 11-year-old me was on motherfuckers' asses. If I was 11-year-old now, it'd be over for these boys.
But don't you think there would have been a sea of 11-year-olds too? Because now the market is way more competitive than it was then.
My basis, I still get on their ass. I just can't consistently do it. The mark of greatness is being able to summon it over and over again. That's why great athletes actually can't maintain being great when they get older. Because like, boom, I can put together probably like, so like this is football terms and I'm a wide receiver. Boom, in year 11, I could probably put together 3 games of 100. But them 3 games of 100 hurt like hell. That's like me now with gaming. Bro, I could put together back-to-back nights of excellence. Boy, I can't.
The third
tired third night. I just don't have the endurance. Like, I be burnt out. The second night, I'm probably pushing everything. Like, pushing the limits and still getting on that. Nah, that third day. Hey, you getting on tonight? Bro, I'm going to sleep. Fuck that. Ooh, I be screaming. I be talking to the little kids. Boy, you lucky I'm not 11 years older. Younger. But yeah, desirable skills is anywhere. Most of the time, desirable skills was only throwing a football, running a football, shooting a basketball.
Yeah, but don't you think that's limiting into your potential as a human being?
Back then, now anything like niggas get famous off. Anything.
Yeah, but I'm saying like. If the school system focused on other things other than fucking calculus and trigonometry, they had actual trades being taught. You know what I'm saying? Don't you think more people could have came out of school at least being, in a position to make real money and not have to go to college?
The answer people want to hear, and I think people will say, yeah, if they had all that, everything will be up. Ooh, this and that. I'm a realist. Y'all niggas still won't go make it through no damn school. I don't give a damn what was being taught. I feel like the school now is retardedly easy. And some of that.
I'm not saying making it easier or harder or anything.
No, but I mean
but giving people options. Because when you go, like, I can speak for myself. The only reason I became a chef is because I had the option to take culinary classes. That's the only reason. I really took the first one just because, like, I was like, oh, I can cook a little bit. And then I was like, oh, I can do this for the rest of my life.
What the hell were you going to be, Bob the Builder then?
I don't know what the fuck I was going to be. I had no fucking clue. And I feel like that's how most kids feel. They have no fucking clue. Then they go off to school and they major in some fucking major that makes no money. And then they're fucked.
I can't speak from this experience. I've never really had options. I picked from a crappy ass school that only wanted me. As you know, my major, you had all the leeway in your major. We make jokes about me not having it. You're supposed to be doing great in your major. The school is 95% tailored towards you. I had no options at job fairs. I had no options at internships. I figured out what I wanted to do just because it was the only thing available to me. That's not options. I didn't have, I could go here, here, here. I just picked what was given and just made the most out of it.
And I'm saying it shouldn't be that way.
I made the most out of it.
I'm not. What I'm saying is that number one, you made a wrong choice. And I'm glad you made that choice because we became good friends and that we do this podcast now. But
I get exactly what you mean by I made the wrong choice. But once again, to my point, I didn't need fucking college. I got this shit just to tell niggas I'm that nigga. I wish I could break it down for y'all any other way. I wish I could be humble about it. I was that nigga when I was 5. I'm that nigga now that I'm 25. And I'm gonna die that nigga. Some niggas don't live to be that nigga. I wish I knew what the niggas were. I wish I could emotionally feel what it was like not to be that nigga. I don't know. Maybe you know that feeling. Man, maybe that's why we get along. So
that's funny. Anyway.
But that's why it's like these options things don't move me. The sad song of people not having options, shit, it's not like I was given a whole bunch either.
All I'm saying is that when you give people options, they get to make their own decisions, and the decisions aren't made for them. That's it. You bucked against the trend. You made your own path. Some people don't ever get it. Some people don't ever see that there's another path. The only reason why you ever saw you got out. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason you got out is because you were like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna find my own shit."
Go ahead and tell
most people never get that.
Go ahead and tell the truth. I'm a narcissist. That's why I made it out. I just had sheer belief.
Like I fucking said, let me finish.
Tell the truth. Don't lie to these people. I have supreme faith in myself.
Some people never have that. So giving people options and abilities to do other shit, learn stuff, learn a craft they would never have known, plumbing, welding, whatever. Give them the option to learn. If they squander those options, that's on them. At least they were given the opportunity. That's all I'm gonna say.
So boom, I have a very important question for you. I know where you come from as community college because I feel like everywhere has community college. Mm-hmm. Would you say your community college was pretty good?
No, that shit's not that great.
The one in the Berg is fucking amazing, actually. It has cooking, it has all the trade schools, it has this. Mm-hmm. For all intents and purposes, my damn community college look better than Johnson & Wales currently at this moment. Still, most niggas don't take advantage of the Berg. Most niggas come do it. Now, I am using the Berg as one frame of reference, but it's not like I had too many references to go based off of.
But even in community college, you have to pay for that. Now you pay less money for sure, but even in community college, you pay for that. So, what I'm saying is that when you're in high school, you should have those fucking options.
Did you not pay for your cooking class?
No.
Oh shit, they pay for that in high school too.
Like every now and then we would have to pay for like ingredients, but like that's if we wanted to cook something special.
Yep, that
we had a budget.
Yeah, too poor for that. Niggas had to fund that. Or like a little nursing program. What was the nursing? I felt like you would have to pay for that. Yeah, they had to pay for that nursing program too.
You shouldn't have to pay to take a fucking class in high school. That's insane.
Yeah.
Especially if you're already poor.
Yeah.
That's insane. Think about how many kids didn't take that class or didn't pursue. Maybe they got into the first class, but they didn't take the second class. They actually liked the job. They liked the class. They didn't take it because they couldn't fucking afford it. And now they're fucked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it does suck for them.
It's insane.
I don't know. Tend to overlook these things. I always hit programs. Like, I couldn't afford this shit either. I just found programs that just did stuff. I can't even explain how
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it should not be, the welfare of Americans should not be in the hands of charity,
Yeah.
because we don't pay charity once a year all our tax money.
Yeah.
We don't so the onus is not on charity to do this, because that's like someone having to pay $50,000 for a medical procedure to save their lives, and then maybe they had no choice in the medical procedure. Maybe they would have chose to die, but now I'm stuck with a $50,000 debt that I didn't elect for.
Boy, that's why I don't go to the doctor as is.
But like I'm saying, it's one of those things of like, you're fucked either way. Like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. But if I don't go to the hospital, I might fucking die. If I do go to the hospital, they're gonna kill me with fucking debt. And it would,
Yeah.
but the onus should not be on people on what's that fucking crowdfunding sites to pay for your debt. Now, it's great if people can go in their pockets and pay, $20 here, $30 there, and help you, pay off your life-saving surgery. But that shouldn't be the plan A.
Yeah.
That's plan D.
Surgery and education is two different things. But
No, both are necessary to life.
But yeah, that surgery thing is, yeah, or at least give Buddy a chance to, hey, you can pay this or you can call it quits. I feel like that'll be a black spot in America when people are just kicking the bucket everywhere.
Well, niggas are already doing that.
Yeah.
People already make those choices all the time.
Yeah, and that goes on.
I remember I read a story about this guy who couldn't afford his insulin. He was diabetic, and he had just turned 25, so he got kicked off his parents' insurance. So he couldn't afford his insulin because the insulin is like $100 a pop, and you go through like 2 bottles a week.
Damn, that insulin! I thought it was a bottle a month.
Nah.
Jesus.
No. And so he's like rationing his insulin, and he fucking dies because he doesn't give himself enough insulin, and he dies from a diabetic coma or something like that. And like, this could all be prevented if the government steps in, much like they stepped in with student loan debt and regulated the industry. Like, hey, you can't charge $100 for the insulin. That's ridiculous. It literally only costs like $5 to make a thing of insulin, and they charge $100.
We know how America gets,
and we've known how to make insulin for like 50 years. So there's no R&D cost. There's no money that you have to pay back for you to make your money back.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's already been made up, and you're the third company to make insulin, so you didn't put in the work to make it to begin with. So, like I said, this is why programs like forgiving student loans and stuff like that is beneficial to the American populace, and specifically Black America, because I think it was like 80% of student loans was held by Black Americans.
I did read that. I knew that for facts.
It's insane. And predominantly Black women, because Black women go to college more. But still, 80% of student loans. So this program was, if you're Black and you have student loans, you should be super pro this.
We should be over the moon. I almost threw a damn $10,000 party.
I fucking hate you.
I almost had the good shit. Almost had Wagyu and everything. Boy, hey. But I do agree, and for me also, I think the government also looks at this as it's one of those things. Me and my mom talk about it. The money's already gone. So I'm gonna talk about my dad in particular. It's money that they're sitting on, but the food that I ate is already gone. The bed that I slept on is already gone. It is about paying what I've had, but the school is not sunk yet. So like they've already gotten past.
Well, the school got the money.
It's the government. Yeah. It's just getting past. I think the government just took a look at history, took a look at what's going on. They knew they weren't getting that shit back anyway. It's kind of like, boom, you owe me $100 for 2 years. You know what, bro? You ain't even got to give it back to me. Nigga won't ever gonna give it back to me. I'm just making myself feel good. I'm feeling like the better person. Yeah, I told bro he was good.
I mean, and to be fair, this was the timing in it was a political move. They did this because midterms is coming up in November, and that's where all the off-season elections happen for Congress and the rest of the United States. All that other fun stuff like mayor, governor, all the fun stuff happens in between the two presidential elections. But the timing is immaculate. To do it in August, right before November. I mean, Biden's approval rating shot through the roof. It was at like 36 or 33, which is the lowest of any president ever, and then it shot to like 46.
But he knew what he was doing.
This was well planned out.
That's why he won't doing shit else. Bro, y'all can hate me. They always hate on your name until you make a move.
And he did get a whole lot of other stuff through in this like short amount of time. Like the Patch Act came out, which is like is paying for veterans who've been exposed to chemical agents in duty or whatever, and they have cancer now. And the government knew about it way ahead of time and knew that it was bad for them, and they still let it happen. So, so like that act passed, and I think like 156 Republicans in the House voted against that, which is insane for people who say they always support the troops.
Come on, a Congress supporting the troops. Come on.
Now, they will raise the budget every year, but they're not going to actually do anything to help you. Like it's just.
It's only good during wartime. It sounds good.
It sounds good. It sounds great.
But no, like, and all that stuff is great stuff. But by the shoot operator,
it definitely activated the biggest like Democratic voting bracket of like young people, and then like all the other stuff is like veterans. That's a big voting block.
Yep.
And a lot of people support the veterans. So therefore, I'm winning over some people that I might not have won over. And then he did something else too. Oh, well, Roe v. Wade got overturned, and he didn't actively do that, but it's good in his favor because it's like if the Republicans did that, then we're gonna push against the other direction. So it's one of those my niggas on the ups.
Yeah, I was about to say it sounds good. It's not the same. It's not the same gravitas, but it's kind of the same as like when Lincoln freed the slaves.
I think it doesn't have the same gravitas to you because they don't affect you.
No, not those two. Like the sponsor, like the scholarship ones. It's just like, damn, it sounds good. Like it's a good thing, but like when Lincoln freed the slaves. Nigga, you freed them for the parts that they already freed. Like I get what you mean. You play when we get back together, they free. But you didn't really do shit behind it. That's how I look at it. That is forgiven. But I just think if they reveal numbers on how much they believed was actually going to get paid back, they're gonna look foolish. Like pretty much what they forgave is what they expected to lose in the long term.
But my thing is like, is it actually lost? Because this is just how I see government spending is that it's investments, right? So even if I give out a loan to somebody that I know I'm not get that money back on, the potential is I might still get that money back because when you die, I'm gonna garnish your shit anyway. So whatever you had, I'm gonna get it anyway.
Yeah. And
you can't go bankrupt on it. That's not how that works. And when you die, guess who picked it up? Your wife or your kids? So they won't get that money back no matter what.
You feel me? Had to make sure I marry a bitch I don't like.
I think you should marry a bitch that you grow to not like. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like her at first, but like, you know what? I'm gonna leave this fucking alone on your ass.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop this on you. I had kids with the side chick. That's actually my forever chick. They cool. You're screwed. But nah, yeah, like yeah, all that is good stuff. Biden is on the up and up. It's all about. It's only for a matter of time because if the
If he keeps rolling, as long as he keeps rolling in this direction, he could potentially win another election.
the only person that can stop him is Trump. And it's not even me being a supporter. That nigga Trump knows how to get niggas on his side. He might free
I don't know. That nigga Trump might go to jail.
he should go in jail. He should be in jail. He should be writing on the walls of jail.
I think like he has like 4 or 5 cases against him right now. I don't think he can skirt them all. I just don't think he can skirt them all.
Man, he's 3 things in America. I know that boy could beat murder. He's white, he's old, and he's rich. That boy can beat murder.
No, man. I think he might go down on this one.
And he has a group of followers who are beyond stupid.
Yeah, 30% of the population.
He has a loyal following.
I think it's 33. It's the exact number. 33% of the population is very pressed.
And we know when Trump tried to get what he wants, that nigga start acting out. That nigga left office and freed Kodak. Why did he do that? Like, I know he was freeing people and he was doing his, his pardoning, but he made sure to mention Kodak and Wayne by name. Trump wanted all the niggas on his side.
Yeah, that was a pure political move. He didn't know who the fuck they were.
He knows who Wayne is because Wayne's actually did pictures with him. For some reason, when Kanye do it, he's a coon, but when Wayne do it, he's still Wayne. But I'm not salty about that. But Kodak, he ain't know who no damn Kodak was. Like, it's just
ain't no way he knew Kodak Black was. The young people who were in the office like, hey, Prez, hear me out here. You should pardon this nigga named Kodak Black. All right, it's a dumb name. I get it. He's Haitian. All right.
He did do those crimes, but word's been coming back. He's been getting treated wrong in the system. It's been a groundswell of support for him. Hey, the young black people fuck with you. He'll make it happen.
Look what we did. Not fuck with him.
So we know Trump has no problem showing out when he's trying to get what he wants. He might cancel the rest of my debt. I don't know. He might. Hey, Biden only canceled 20. I'm gonna cancel it all, even though the rest is gonna be less than the 20. But
just like how Biden did the $1,400 check, and you know what I'm saying? Like he's like, oh, we should be giving $2,000 checks, and he, because Trump gave out that $600, and Biden was like, I'm gonna give you a $2,000 check, and then when it's time to roll it around, it was only a $1,400 check. Because it was like, I got you to the 2,000 though.
Them niggas won't good for shit. Like, I swear to God, I'm not gonna hold you. Damn, presidential election time is probably the best time to be. Not at the top, but man, after that election is over, the good times are gone. But in between, when them niggas are trying to buy our votes, it's like a nigga going to a D1 college. They might buy some niggas' mama's Range Rovers. So, on long-term effects, how do you see this playing out?
I can only speak from my personal experience. I don't have any student loans. I was just poor in school, and I paid my way through. Now I did have scholarships and all that fun stuff to help, but I still had to come up with $3,000 every term. Had to make that shit work. So for me, long term, personally, just like my finances. Now, I am trying to buy a house with somebody who has student loans. So her having a lower debt is good for me. And ultimately, when people don't have to pay, if people only have to pay $200 a month for student loans, that's $400 a month for student loans. What do you think they're going to do with the extra $200?
They're either going to save, which most niggas don't, so they're going to spend it on something.
They're going to fucking spend it. They're going to put it into the economy. They're going to buy shit. And some of them might buy houses. Some of them might buy whatever. But the point of the story is that they're going to spend the money. They might spend it later in life, but they're going to spend the money. This is only good stuff for the economy. nothing bad can come from this. And I think the price tag on it was like a couple billion. We spend trillions of dollars on the military every year, and what really good has come out of that?
I'm not gonna hold you. Just mathematically speaking, if we don't go to war every year, damn, ain't that money just down the drain at some point? Like if if niggas ain't going to war every single year, damn, it's money. Then when we do go to war, at least I know we got trillions of dollars invested.
But realistically, we haven't actually been in an actual war since
the Cuba joint, right?
No, but it's been past that since the Iraqi freedom. No, Iraqi freedom. Desert Storm. That's the last time we been in an actual war against a country that has like an organized military.
I didn't even know that they was considered organized. I thought they were just a bunch of.
No, it was the Iraqi military invading Kuwait, and we pushed them out of Kuwait.
Damn, I'm not gonna hold you. I thought they were just not a bunch of randos, but didn't think they were a real military. Damn, we washed them. Yeah. Are they still a military? They don't have one, right?
We destabilized their country.
I'm about to say that's what I thought. That's why
they don't really have a government.
I guess that's why
they have a government, but they don't really have a government. We are the government.
That's why I was tripping. I was like, they don't have a military now. Well, I guess
they have a military. We are the military.
I guess for my long term, I agree with you that it can only be good. Well, there's always a little bad in something. I can't put my finger on it, but if somebody wants to exploit the bad, they could. But speaking from my own personal, most of my student debt is paid for. I might think about paying the rest. It makes my story not as entertaining when I get rich and get arrested like Wesley Snipes.
Shut the fuck up.
Like 10K is a lot better looking than 30K. But when my bank account is $2 million, they're gonna be pissed.
They'll just take it out of your account. They don't care.
And then when I Wesley Snipes them for real and send them a letter and say I ain't paying the taxes, there goes y'all's tax money. That's when they go ahead and book me. Y'all gonna see it first. I'm gonna go down faster than I don't know what went down fast, but yeah, I agree. And maybe I'll re-record joke here.
Insert joke here.
But yeah, it is a burden, in quotes, lifted off of my shoulders. Never really thought of it anyway, but we good. We Gucci. I see you, Dirty Joe. You did your thing.
Dirty Joe.
That boy, Dirty Joe, out here looking like Tony Montana with the Billies. But yeah, I don't know. It changes my life, but it don't change the immediate. But
yeah, I mean, for people who actually were paying the loans back, like I can only speak from like my fiance. This takes a great financial burden off her shoulders.
If you paid back, say like you paid them off, aren't they giving some money back to people who paid them off? Oh shit! See, this why I can't read every damn article and shit.
Nah. As far as I know, they're not doing that. They ain't giving the money back.
And that's low key what I was waiting out for. I'm making a whole bunch of excuses for not paying shit back, but I was low key waiting out for that too, because I'd be damned if I paid 10K, that bitch get paid off. So do I get my 10K back? Nah, bro, you paid that.
I mean, what do you think would be a workable solution? Because I just came up with a solution in my head. What if it said, all right, so you paid off $30,000 of your loans. All right, so we'll give you a $30,000 tax credit. You can break that up how you want to break that up.
I'm gonna be real with you. I think that goes down a rabbit hole that the government doesn't even want to go down.
Oh yeah,
they have the money, but I'm talking
yeah. I mean, we have the money. It's not a problem.
And so the immediate people who paid theirs off would be pissed. The niggas who paid theirs off 20 years ago.
Well, I mean, even if they paid it off 20 years ago, hey, you paid off your student loans. All right, so you have a tax credit. We're gonna pay off their shit. They don't get a tax credit, but you paid off this much, so you get a tax credit. Would that be fair?
Hey, that's smooth to me.
That's $30,000 in your pocket. No, these are solutions to arguments that could be made.
Yeah.
Now, realistically, they're never going to happen.
The government. The government is pretty much blink and try to miss it. Hey, look over there. We out of here.
Out the back door with the money.
They just dropped a little bit of cash. There you go. Hey, you walked away with a bag full. But truthfully, I make a lot of jokes. It's surprising. It's surprising, but then it's not, because there was rumblings for years, and it was just a matter of time. The amount was always debatable. Some people are disappointed that it's only 20,000. Shit, I'm over the moon. But that's because my debt is closer to 20,000.
Yeah, I mean, if you went to school, you have $100,000 in debt. You decide to become a lawyer or some shit.
20K off 20K off 100K. Well, what, they saved you like 20 years of payments. You'll be done by the time you're 50 instead of 70. You cool.
Yeah, well, I remember I was in high school and I had this a science teacher. He taught like life science or some shit, and he was talking about like student loans, and he said he was almost finished paying his off. And I was like, this nigga's about 65. How the fuck?
Bro, hearing stories like that is what I do. Like, oh yeah, I'm never gonna pay that off.
Like, how the fuck are you like? It's just insane that they expect you to. Number one, you're only 18. You're making these big financial decisions at 18.
Yeah.
And I understand you're an adult at 18, quote unquote. But realistically, you expect me at 18 to make a financial decision that's going to affect me for the rest of my life. You don't even let me drink.
And imagine this. They allow you to make the financial decision, but they never give you the money to go spend it because they don't trust you to have the money to go spend it.
Yeah, you don't get a check for the 10,000.
Yeah.
The school gets the check, and then you get to go to school. That's it.
I was about to say, because you know how many shit, if I got the money, do you know how many work around school I try to do? Do I really need to eat? Something. Damn. How many classes? What if I do 5 here and 5 there? I'd be able to walk away with the back end. They know niggas would do that. Boom. I would save $4,000. That'll be my 4K. And we're gonna make it work. The money they gave me for 4 years, I try to spend that bitch in 3. Like, so I agree. Like, I'm always against, like, how can you say 18-year-old can spend the money, but you wholeheartedly don't trust to give them the money? Because any other loan, you get the money. You ask for a loan for like XYZ from your bank, the bank gives you the money, and then you hand to such and such. Mm-hmm. Like, that's how loans work to me. When it comes to student loans, you never touch it, actually. It just happens. That's why, like, to me personally, I know the stuff that I got was real. The money was fake. I never seen this money, never touched the money. Money never went through my account. I was like, these are just numbers going back and forth. Like, so I am always like, that is sketch. Like, plus, the whole not drinking thing, but you can go to war thing and this and that. Like, all that is sketch to put on an 18-year-old to live up for the rest of his life.
I think that the statistics, like, it takes you about 40 years to pay off your student loans if you do the minimal payments. And you end up spending like an extra like 10 to 20,000 because of interest. So like your $30,000 loan is now a $50,000 loan because of interest.
Mm-hmm. I think I know why interest is there, and I know why interest is generally
so they can make fucking money.
Interest is bullshit when it comes to loans. Like, well, not loans in general, student loans.
Student loans, yes.
That's the bullshit. Like,
it makes sense on a car loan. It makes sense on a home loan. Because if I'm going to give you money, I need to make sure that I'm going to get something out of this, not just my money back. Because that's just I owe you, my nigga.
You're already getting X amount of K, like,
and then you're getting a house in the process. We all benefit. You're apparently more than likely your house is going to appreciate in value. Mm-hmm. So we're all going to make money on this.
So like that makes sense to me, but the student loan thing is just like that's just crazy.
It's insane. Like student loans should be at like a rate of like 1% or like 0.1%. Like
Yeah.
they should, like, sure, you can have a little bit of interest on it so that it's an actual loan and not just a grant or whatever, because there's a difference. But it should, like, the PPP loans. This is a good point. PPP loans were at like a 1% payback, and then they were forgiven anyway. Like 90% of them were forgiven.
I ain't see a big groundswell of niggas about PP loans being forgiven. Like,
And then on top of that, those loans were meant to save people's jobs to be paid out in the payroll, right?
not to get them BBLs.
75% of them were not used for payroll. They were used for other shit.
Bro, you see the bodies of these bitches? Shit, you ain't got to tell me. Boy.
I'm not even talking about regular people who scam the government. I'm not even talking about them. I'm talking about like big corporations who took the money and ran. Said they were going to save all these jobs, still laid people off. Still did X, X, and Y. You know what I'm saying? Built a new factory, but then fired a whole bunch of people, or gave a big stock buyback or whatever they did with the money.
We're even still feeling the effects because, like, people are surprised that jobs aren't hiring. Like, they got, the position out. The job isn't getting filled. They legally got to do that.
Because they legally have to post the job. They do not have to fill it.
And they're not filling because, like, they're still feeling that effects of free money, basically. Like,
and this is why there should be stipulations and rules when the government gives out money to corporations. It just doesn't make sense. It can't be a fucking free for all, because corporations are always gonna run out the back door with the money
every time and cheat the people at the bottom who needed the damn money.
But funny story, like the White House has been clowning Republicans lately because a lot of them took PPP loans, right? Because they had businesses and stuff back home and whatever. And so they took PPP loans, and then they're bitching about the student loans. It's like, but you took out $75,000 and then didn't pay it back, and we forgave it. So what are you mad about this?
I don't.
And they put them on blast. Like the White House Twitter is on it.
I don't pay attention to rich people for that exact reason. Rich people do everything in the world to get money forgiven when they spend, lavishly. But the second poor people get, bro, once again, it's only $20K. In the grand spectrum of things, still not shit. Like, if we're just being realistic.
It's not. $20K is not real money.
Yeah.
It's just not real money.
And if people had good jobs, like, boom, if you had a job that paid you $60K a year, that $20K you make in 4 months. 3 to 4 months. Like, that's not.
And $60K is cheap. You still poor.
Yeah, I was about to say, and I use $60K because it's like most niggas, $60K a year or something. No, $60K still middle class.
You're not leaving middle class and entering upper middle class, so you make like $95K a year.
Yep.
And that's when you start making like, oh, you're actually kind of really well off.
Mm-hmm. And so that's why I was just like, even it's still in a grand spectrum, $20K is not a lot. $20K, like, for me is a lot because, once again, I'm not too far from the $20K marker. But I have friends we have friends who spent the same amount of time in college that are at $50 or $60K that don't know how the fuck they got there. But
they didn't have any grants or loans. Maybe their parents made too much money, which I think is insane because your parents' money is not your money.
But yeah, so and to your point, this does the people went on to be lawyers or doctors are still screwed, even though the argument could be they're lawyers and doctors. They ain't gonna be screwed for too much longer.
They'll be okay.
So, like, just like that, when the government gave everybody $2K, people's bitching about, bro, it was only $1,400. There's not too much shit you can do. Actually, my $1,400 is just went into paying rent, to be basic.
They paid rent for 2 months. That's it. That's all it did for me.
Like, the beef.
And I didn't even get my money when I was supposed to get my money. I got my money with my tax money. So It was just added into my tax money. They didn't even send me a check in the mail until I got my tax money.
I am short, I believe, 2,800 because boom. So you got to work the math with me. It's not advanced math, but still math. I did not get the last check, but they took it out of my refund. so, so I am short 2,800. I was gonna let bygones be bygones, not getting the last one. Like, boom, chalk it up. That's money to the game. Got my refund check. Money to the game. The game was supposed to take more money.
See, whoever did your taxes wrong, my guy. Because they were supposed to click a box. I did not receive my money.
Bro, I'm just chalking up the money to the game.
They fucked you over.
The money to the game came back in the student loans. When you chalk it up to the game always pays out eventually.
Yeah, they fucked you over.
But yeah, so I don't listen to rich people bitch about poor people getting money. Like rich people probably mad niggas hit the lottery. Like, oh, I had to work for my million. All you did was go play some numbers, bro. Get the fuck out of my face.
Here's a 20 wipe your tears. Yeah, kiss my ass. Like my thing is just like, if you're already up, like you're already on the up and up, you're winning. Why would you be upset that someone else is winning? Not even winning, just winning a little bit. You a hating ass nigga. And there's no way to say it without me saying it like that. You just a hating ass nigga. Like,
by all definition.
And like you're not only just hating on one person, you're hating on like 50% of the, probably more than that, probably closer to 70% of the population.
What, that's middle class and poor?
Middle class, poor, and with student loans.
No. Shit, pretty sure that's about 80. about maybe 85.
90, at least 90% of the people who had student loans.
Yeah.
So you just a hating ass nigga. Like, it's like, I feel like it's just insane for you to be like, oh well, I paid mine back, why couldn't you pay yours? Well, nigga, why are you hating? Just let me have this win. Like, I don't understand.
Bro, I've seen it. I ain't tweet or I ain't post about it because there is a lot of like a bunch of people I know. It's like, if you ask me, you pay back what you borrow and this and that, and you drink milk at night and eat your vitamins and this, it sounds all good. And then when I read all that, I'm not gonna lie to y'all make some points, but it don't make a damn. We're here now, so. But
like my thing is that loans are forgiven. Like loans from the government are forgiven all the fucking time. So the one time that loans are forgiven for regular fucking people, it's a problem. Corporations get loans, PPP loans. Corporations get subsidies and buybacks and all the other shit that they get from the government all the time.
Yep.
And it's just free fucking money for them.
Boy, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna go ahead into my little conspiracies, and it's like, to me, it all goes back to slavery, like everything does, like everything in America does, because it's just something. One, college itself is a scam, because for in our African American communities specifically, it's been told to us we go to college, we get a good education, and then we'd be on the up and up, like
Well, it used to be like that.
Point exactly. You should be doing much better than the nigga from the block or whatever. But then they switched the rules to, of course, white people are doing it too. But too many niggas graduating. Hell, it gets to the point where getting a college degree is kind of like a high school degree. It's just like, cool, that's kind of what you're supposed to do. And now these jobs require you to go back to school,
get a master's or doctorate or whatever. Yeah.
And it's like they moved the finish line post again.
Mm-hmm.
To where it's like there are niggas working at McDonald's with college degrees, and it does have a trickle down effect. And I'm feeling the trickle down effect. And some people could say it was due to COVID, but it's not like I was getting hired before COVID. The niggas with the top degrees are taking lower paying jobs, pushing the niggas, like me, who's actually qualified for the job, out because, well, bro, I can't fuck with that nigga. He has 10 years of experience applying for assistant. He should be managing the motherfucker. But Like, it's also got a slave mindset that somebody, oh, boom, I got loans, I paid them, you should too. Don't you think there's something inherently wrong with you paying them too? Like, shouldn't you be the most happy that I don't have to?
Yeah, because you been through the pain. Like, and that's a amazing point. Cause I saw like that on a video. And it was like that's like saying you shouldn't free the slaves because the slaves in the past weren't free, and that's unfair to them. So everybody has to suffer because them niggas weren't free. I think they would want me to be free.
Exactly. And it's just like, I call it slave mentality because it's like everything is just holding black people back. Like, and I think that's why there's a huge uproar from like the Republicans. Republicans want everything in their power. Let's call a spade to make white people get ahead.
And to be fair to the Republican voters, they're not really biting on the shit that the Republican lawmakers are saying. Because it's 66% of the population think this is pretty good for the economy.
Yeah,
66 people think, oh yeah, this is solid, or we should do more.
True.
So just to be fair,
I let them have their time in the sun because, like, with your statistics, bro, I knew most of the people that the loans was forgiven to was black people. Like, that was obvious.
We make up most of the middle class. That's why.
Like we're the ones who reach the most for the most money to try to change our lives, but like that's never good. This is all holding back. That's why I say college is stupid because it's like at this point, shit, niggas gonna need to go for damn doctorates to get basic level stuff. Like, when does it stop, bro? Like when can working hard and doing the right thing amount to a good life?
But I think that's why I think we need to reevaluate our education structure, and that's why I kind of made that point earlier in the conversation. It's like we need to step away from these, from pursuing this corporate lifestyle and having to have a 4-year degree to even get your resume looked at. We like Jim Bob, this white nigga on the street who's been a plumber his whole life. His grandpa was a plumber. His daddy was a plumber. He should have just as much ability to live a comfortable life as someone who went to school for 55 years and, is finally a lawyer or whatever. That being said, I just think we need to transition ourselves away from that corporate lifestyle and back into the trades. And your trade could be video editing. It does not have to be the traditional trades, a mechanic, plumber, welder. But realistically, you don't have to go to school to be a video editor. You don't have to go to school to be,
you don't have to go to school to be anything.
Yeah, realistically.
Like, shit, YouTube is so damn advanced.
I feel like you should go to school to be a doctor or a lawyer. Or there's certain jobs you have to be in school for.
I fundamentally disagree with being a lawyer, right? For the fact of, like, boom, in a courtroom, say like I didn't commit a crime and they're pinning it on me, bro. So I need to pay money to defend my innocence when I did not do that shit. Like, I get the whole process.
You can always get a public defender.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's also, like, it's complete bullshit that I got to go through the ringer to prove that I ain't do it. Oh, boom, Mr. Wilson, you're right. You didn't do it.
Well,
no shit.
Realistically, the onus should be on the prosecutor to prove that you did do it, not that you didn't do it.
Yeah, true.
That's how the system is written. That's not how the system works. That's how the system is written.
Yeah.
And
that's why I was
ultimately that comes down to the system being rigged.
Yeah, that's why I've always been on ass. Like, lawyers make all this money. The lawyers for defendants. All right, so, no. Yeah, lawyers just in general is corrupt. I tried to put it away. Look, if I'm defending myself, I know if I did that shit or not. Like, my evidence and my story and all the events that I speak forward to you, that's what the fuck happened. I don't need advanced way of saying, bro, I didn't kill that nigga. I wasn't even in city. Like, I don't.
Being a lawyer is knowing how to move a crowd. It's being a good lawyer is knowing how to convince people to buy their own T-shirts.
And that's the truth. And that's why niggas is locked up. because the other side gets the good lawyer. Niggas are just high earning marketers.
I mean, most jobs are marketing jobs. If you think about it.
Yeah. And so, like, stuff like that, that's a whole nother thing. God, I hate lawyers with a passion. But
I mean, I think there's a place for their profession. I think the profession is flawed in the state that it is now. But there's a place for someone who knows the laws in and out and knows when a prosecutor has done something that's not fair to the client, and maybe I can get you off of this completely because they fucked up, or like. Because the average human does not have the time nor the energy to study law that way.
Yep.
So like that's the point of a lawyer, is that you have someone to study the law for you.
And it comes to the point where them niggas are just battling each other. So like, look, that's why I hate it. So I hate it. Like, let's take an incident where the nigga did do it, but he has a great lawyer. Bro, what are you?
O.J. Simpson.
Oh, Simpson ain't do that shit, goddamn. I'm gonna fight tooth and nail for it. But like, what are you really fighting? Are you fighting that he did it? Or are you fighting that he crazy? I know that there's different ways that you fight it, but it's like
the fight is that, can you prove that he did it? It doesn't matter if I did it or not. Can you prove to these niggas that I did it?
And then when you didn't do it, the prosecutor is going dumb hard to trick up the defendant. Bro, you know I didn't do it from your evidence. You're just getting paid good. Just throw me on in there. Like, this is utter bullshit. It should be between me, the person who's taking me to court, and the judge. And God. Like, maybe the jury.
Yeah, you definitely should have a jury of people, and but because if it's up to one nigga could just not like black people,
yes.
Or one nigga could be like, I don't like the team that you like, or it could just be frugal shit.
You walk in there, bro. I knew you were sus when you walked in here.
Come on, man. I saw you scratch your ass twice.
Like Judge Joe Brown ass niggas.
Hey, fun fact, all those court cases are not fucking real.
I hope the majority of people know that, but I bet they don't.
Yeah, none of that shit holds up in court. None of that shit holds up.
But they are real judges, though.
Yeah,
Go figure.
They're real people with they pass the bar. They're real judges. But like the court cases are like they're real people, like or whatever. But like, there's no real legal binding when they say you got to pay them $200 or $500 or whatever.
Are you talking about in judging in particular, like the TV?
No,
judges?
the TV shows.
Oh, just making sure.
No. Regular judging, yes. The TV shows, it's fucking fake.
I'm about to say, I thought the TV shows was like spoofs or parodies of cases that happened.
No, it's like they're technically real cases, right?
Yeah.
But because how they're ran, they're not a real court. So like,
I thought all of it.
They can always go to real court
and
dispute the whatever.
I thought that bitch was fake. I'm not even going. Like, I thought everything was fake.
Well, it's fake, but it's real, but it's fake.
I was about to say, because you be seeing celebrities on that bitch go by different names. Well, I guess those episodes are super fake. Like, I guess those are the ones that's super fake. Like, when I see the celebrities up there with different names, oh, yep, jig is up.
That could be their real names, though.
Possibly. But, we got off topic. But Judge, have you ever seen the clips of Judge Joe Brown going ham on people? That motherfucker,
fucking hilarious.
That motherfucker does not care, bro.
Fuck.
And he's always in judge mode, which I will respect that. He'll try to read you the law like you give a shit, bro. I say, give me your wallet. Like I don't care about what Section 15 of this state's jurisdiction read. Give me that wallet, nigga.
Matter of fact, take your shoes off, man.
He read Wendy Williams her right one time, and he read her right so bad that I was on Wendy's side at the end. like, damn, Wendy, you can't let that motherfucker talk to you like that, bro. Get on his ass. This is why you hold interviews in person, because you should have punched him. But since you did it over the radio, you can't punch him. But you should have hung up on that nigga eventually.
No, fuck you.
Like, he was saying some shit that if Wendy Williams saw that nigga in public, she'll probably spit on him.
I now have to go find this fucking clip.
Bro, let me put this. It's like 15 minutes long.
Find this clip.
Like, that motherfucker read him. I know that's off topic, but y'all need to see it, because that motherfucker read. He read her, bro. It's cringy when you watch it a second time. Just like, damn, bro, did you have to say this? I know Wendy Williams be talking shit, but damn.
Like, did she talk shit about you before this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay.
And I think she did it on two separate occasions.
Oh, so he had time and reason to plan this motherfucker out.
Yeah, my boy was unhit.
He went on a hit job.
He started on his side at first, but he just like, damn, that nigga went too hard in the paint. It's kind of like if you're ever cheering for a team. My mom did this sellout. We beat up on the team so badly in football. She was rooting for them to score some points. And then when they did, her ass was clapping. I think our whole side started clapping. Y'all sellouts. The point of the game was to leave them niggas with 0 points. It was ass whooping like that. But I've gotten older now. I see it. Damn, I'm on Wendy's side. You ain't, bro. It's okay to knock a nigga out. Don't keep hitting her, damn it.
It's literally that audio from TikTok. Like, niggas think I like to fight to save the world. Really, I just like to fight.
But yeah, that was off topic. But y'all niggas go check it out. When I put y'all on, go back and comment and say, yeah, you put me on to this.
All right, so you anything you want to say in closing?
Dirty Joe did the damn thing. That nigga's gonna have to go ahead and raise the stakes a little bit higher for me to vote for him again, or the Republican candidate gotta lower the stakes real low for me to vote for him again. I still hold true to this. When I voted for him, everybody was on ass, but he ain't gonna forgive no loans. Like, he's not doing it. He's doing it. Dirty Joe pulled through. I told people I voted for him for one reason. I don't even trust the shit that he be talking about. I still got to check these loans thing when we get done with this, because I'm still not for certain he's going through with it.
It's true. It's going to happen.
But he did it, and my vote good at work. He's going to have to up the ante. The motherfucker going to have to give me my reparations for me to vote for him again. If he say he's going to do it, I'm going to vote for him again, because he proved his track record. He proved it.
Yeah, we'll never get reparations. But in closing, eat the rich, pay off some debts. All good shit.
And we up.
We up.